Hello, everybody. It's Kyle Kramer, the CEO of the Earth and Spirit Center, and I am joined once again by Bunny Nash and Nancy Carrington. Hello, Bunny and Nancy.
Hi, Kyle. So good to
You
be here.
well, it's great to be taping with you again, and I am just so grateful for both of you doing the co-teaching that you've done around meditation in motion. So there's this, I think, common misperception that meditation is all about sitting still on a cushion, and in many ways dealing with the things that are happening from the neck up. And in my opinion, at least, all those things are wrong, or at least incomplete. And so I'm hoping that we can explore that in this short conversation together. But before we do, Nancy, I'm wondering if you can give our viewers who may not be familiar with you and Bunny just a little bit of background about Nancy, and be forewarned, Bunny, you're next.
Uh, I have been teaching Tai Chi since I retired and enjoy that. And then I fell in love with Qigong. And then I fell further in love with the 24 postures therapeutic Qigong. And the fact that we can move and still meditate is just a wonderful feeling in your whole body. Like you said, it's not just from the neck up. And so it's that joy that I want to, we want to bring to the class. And we've been, I think, very pleased with the results we've had in past classes that folks seem to enjoy it very much. They can follow along. Um, and it's just fun to lead and to participate at the Earth and Center Spirit Center and with Bunny.
Absolutely. Well, I want to put a pin in a couple of those things and unpack Qigong and Tai Chi and some of the other terms you threw out there. And but first, Bunny, can you also provide just a little bit of background about how you got interested in this form of meditation and mindfulness?
Oh, I have certainly been a practitioner of mindfulness and seated meditation in the past, and have really I've taught some other classes at the Earth and Spirit Center on um, really the science behind stress and mindfulness and resilience, and have come to find that for me, being able to incorporate intentional movement into the mindfulness practice is a really powerful way to soothe and settle the nervous system physiologically and spiritually. So I it hasn't replaced my seated meditation, but I think that it is a strong first in how I um, bring meditation and mindfulness into my life.
Yeah, well, and I can think of two great arguments from kind of opposite ends of the spectrum to support what you're talking about. One is the fact that uh, most of the time we are not sitting still; we're in motion in some form or fashion. We're kind of moving through our lives. But then, on the other hand, actually, maybe we are sitting still too much of the time, in insofar as those of us
Yes.
who have desk jobs and maybe need to move a bit more. And I'd love to turn with you both to the class now. Nancy, you had mentioned these 24, I think you called them either gentle movements or gentle postures, and I'd love to hear more about that. I guess selfishly for my own sake, because I love to move. I'm not sure I would say I'm always gentle with myself because I like do some extreme sports and push myself maybe a little too hard. So I would love to learn at the feet of the master here about gentleness as kind of a key component of what it means to be mindfully in motion. Of you, Nancy, if that's okay.
Okay, yes. That's really interesting that I feel like I reached a point in my life where those intense sports and things like that probably weren't the best thing for my body in some
I
way.
think I'm getting there too.
And that in looking for another type of movement, Qigong came up, and I thought, oh, that's going to be so simple. And then I realized how complex and how gentle and how soothing it was to the body. So it's really wonderful. I think once you get started, it's hard to let go of it. It's hard to, um, it's just, uh, Bunny and I had a class, people wanted to practice. I feel like we have a good response. I have other classes that um, it's for everyone. You can follow no matter what. And there are people in there who exercise constantly and want to slow down. And there are people in there who've never exercised and enjoy the gentle movements. So it's that cross section that appeals to me of people that are interested in it and can learn and enjoy it in the group with the community.
Okay, thank you, Nancy. To kind of
Mhm.
round this out, Bunny, I wonder if you might speak to what someone could expect when they walk through the door of this class. We'll kind of talk about the details of when the class is happening and so forth in just a minute, but it's these are 90-minute sessions in the middle part of the day. What are you going to do in those 90 minutes? And is this for anyone? I'm assuming, I think what Nancy said gave me to believe that this is folks for all physical abilities and so forth. But yeah, can you maybe say a word about what people can expect?
Um, will initially will bring a little bit of conversation to the understanding about what Qigong is, bringing that awareness of breath and movement and bringing that mindful intention to our movement, um, to get everybody on the same page. But primarily, we'll be moving when you come into class. And we will talk about that movement as we go through. But we like to begin by cultivating energy, um, beginning with sometimes even a little bit of seated or standing meditation that seems a little more traditional to bring that awareness to ourselves and to our bodies. We'll open energy channels. Um, and then we'll teach all 24 therapeutic postures. There's um, the primary core of our program will be um, the teaching that there are 24 therapeutic postures out of the Village of Healing and Wellness, which is um, a, a group that teaches Qigong that certified both Nancy and me in meditation in motion through the 24 postures. And we'll begin slowly to break down and teach each of the 24 postures. They're not complicated, but um, there's a lot to them. They're powerful, um, especially when we start to bring that. Um, you were talking about the gentle, rhythmic, um, slow, intentional movement. It doesn't always come easily to people, so it takes a while for us to do that. And we'll teach each of the 24 postures and build on that. We'll practice as a group, and then to finish out the time, we have cool downs. It's not that our body is overheated kind of thing, but you'd be surprised at the amount of energy that you cultivate while you're practicing for 45 minutes, perhaps even doing postures. So we have, you know, slowing the body back down and bringing ourselves back into the present moment. It is something that is fine for absolutely anyone. This will be the third class that we've taught, so I hope will be people that will be returning to just go a little bit deeper into the movements. Um, you can do all the movements without being meditative. But the more that you practice, the more that you sync your breath and your um, ability to move, to breathe and move and to cultivate energy, the practice really changes over time. So someone that has participated before, will be, cultivating and focusing on a little bit different set of things than someone that is there for the first time, who is just beginning to learn the movements and begin to understand, um, what it is that we're doing. It is something that, people who are very active, I think, can get a lot out of it. And I did a little bit of Qigong in a session last week with people totally in wheelchairs. So, I think that there is a lot to be gained at whatever level you bring to the class.
Well, thank you both, Bunny and Nancy, for a lot of good kind of perspective and information about this course. You mentioned, Bunny, that you can generate a lot of heat doing this, and it's appropriate then that this class is actually happening in the cooler months of the year. We're going to start this in November, November 6th. This is a 5-week course that begins on Wednesday, as I said, November 6th, running from 1 to 2:30 p.m. We're going to skip Thanksgiving week and go into December. But folks can learn more about this course with the link provided in this video or with this video, and likewise at our website, earthandspiritcenter.org. And I am very excited that y'all are returning for this. And likewise, just a quick note that this class dovetails well with a monthly group that gathers to continue these motions outside of class and to kind of support each other in that ongoing work of staying mindfully in motion. So Nancy and Bunny, thank you, and we will see y'all in November.
Thank you, Kyle. It'll be
Looking
great.
forward to it.
Yes.
Thank you.